Decembrist Revolt in Russia. Before the revolt, the government was an absolute monarchy with the Tsar. Serfdom was still prominent in society. Several officers of the Russian Imperial Guard had founded the Union of Salvation, and later the Union of Prosperity was formed. They were highly influenced by the Romanticism and Enlightenment movements of the West, and the Union of Prosperity broke up into the Northern Society and the Southern Society. Before the Decembrist Revolt, Napoleon defeated Russia at Austerlitz in 1805 and Friedland in 1807. The Treaty of Tilsit was signed in 1807 on July 7. Alexander I became Napoleon's ally. Many of the military officers of the Union of Salvation and the Northern Society took part in the Napoleonic Wars and saw the abuse of soldiers in the war.
Military officials of the Tsar felt that the new Tsar Nicholas I did not deserve the throne. His brother, Constantine, should have gotten the throne first, but when he married a Polish girl with no royal blood, he gave it up. Nicholas I, who did not support liberal views, was also less popular with the public than his brother, because he was more open towards Enlightenment ideas. They felt threatened of Nicholas I's conservative views, for the military official rebels were mostly liberal. The Decembrists believed that changes had to be made after seeing the conditions the peasant soldiers had returned. Also felt that the peasant population serfs were being abused by the Tsar. The revolt was that military rebels wanted serfdom to be abolished and wanted Russia as a free state with federal government and constitution instead of government under the Tsar. Nicholas I was the Tsar of Russia from 1825 to 1855. His reign was marked with economic stagnation, poor administrative policies, and a corrupt bureaucracy. The revolt itself. December 14, 1825, the year of Nicholas's appointment. The ceremony held in the Senate Square outside of Winter Palace, and around 3,000 commanded by rebel officers began revolting against the Tsar, who had around 9,000 people with him. Nicholas I and his advisors tried to initiate peace talks, but to no avail.
Nikita Moravio.
He was born July 30th, 1796, and died May 10, 1843. He was an Imperial Guard staff officer and plotter of the Decembrist Revolt of 1825. In a number of proto-Decembrist organizations in 1816, he was among the founders of the Union of Salvation, a secret society. Died when exiled to Siberia.
Of the revolt. A few related uprisings occurred in southern Russia, but were also easily put down. 5 ruling leaders were hanged, and 120 were exiled to Siberia or sentenced to hard labor. Nicholas I implemented new regulations to stop the spread of the liberal movement in Russia. He also initiated a nationwide censorship with tighter controls on all other aspects of public life. This also began the remodeling of society that would eventually lead to the Russian Revolution in 1917. The dissatisfaction with the Romanov dynasty and their rule would grow. Now, the katorga had become a common punishment in Russia, being confinement in simplified facilities and forced labor in Siberia and hard Russian eats.